Welcome to the Rebel to Succeed podcast. It's your boy Ink, Anthony Williams, the founder of RebelToSucceed.com. The purpose of this podcast is to share tips, advice, and strategies to help you improve in all areas of your life. My mission is to make a positive difference in your life to help you live your best life. Now let's get it. Today in this episode, I'm going to talk about comfort zones. I know there's a lot of people out there who are attached to their comfort zones. They are attached to being comfortable. They don't want to do anything that is out of the norm. They want to stick to the familiar. And I'm here to tell you that that is a recipe for literally stagnation, disaster, idleness. Like you will never go anywhere if you choose to stay in your comfort zone. So I mean, being in the comfort zone is really dangerous. It's really dangerous because if you never hop outside of your comfort zone, if you never hop outside of what is familiar to you, you will never ever grow. Most people are afraid of the unknown. I remember as a child, I remember my father telling me one day, he asked me, I believe he asked me something along the lines of, do you know what people are most afraid of? And I was like, nah. And he was like, people are afraid of the unknown. People are petrified of the unknown. And that is like the honest to God truth, because if you don't know something, or if you, like, let's say you're traveling down the road and you end up, lost. Most of the time you tend to get a little nervous. Like if we think back to the times where we didn't have, our GPSs or our little Google Maps on our phones, and you just had to rely on your memory on how to get to and from wherever you're trying to go, and you end up getting lost, I can almost guarantee you that you're going to get a little nervous. You know what I mean? Because you don't know where you are. Where you are at is unknown to you. And when you travel and you find your way back to a road that's familiar to you, you get a sense of relief because, oh, I'm familiar with this. I know this. You know what I mean? So people immediately get afraid when they travel into territory that's unknown to them. And it really is just it's a road to stagnation. You know what I mean? I learned that, and I realized that, fear it controls people, man. Like people will literally avoid certain things because it's not familiar to them. They don't know this. I'm not used to that. And when you learn to get outside of that zone, to do things that you're not used to, and to do things that you're not familiar with, you'll begin to see like so much growth in your life. You know what I mean? If you think about it. When you go to the gym, and let's say you're trying to, gain some muscle, you want to gain a whole lot of muscle. The only way for your muscle to grow is for you to have to, get outside of your comfort zone. You're going to have to, do some things that your muscle is not used to. You're going to have to break that muscle down so that it can grow back stronger. You're going to have to, work it. You're going to have to lift weights that you're not normally used to lifting. You're going to have to, just for it to get to, grow to a certain size that you want, you're going to have to, put it under stress. You're going to have to get it outside of its comfort zone. You're going to have to, just work that muscle and beat it up to the point to where as though it has no choice but to grow back stronger. put it through all of these unknown and unfamiliar, you know, territories, and you put it under all of this stress that it's not used to, it's going to grow back stronger. And that's how muscle grows. You know, you got to put it under unknown, or put it in unfamiliar territory for that muscle to grow back stronger. And that's like literally like, you know, a metaphor for life. You know, for you to grow, you're going to have to do some things that you're not used to. You're going to have to be in places that you're not, you know, known to, that's not known to you, that you're not used to. You're going to have to do things, be a certain person that you're not used to being. You're going to have to change. You know, change, it promotes growth. You know what I mean? You know, unfamiliarity, if that's a word, yeah, unfamiliarity, or being unfamiliar, the non-usual, the unusual, are just ways for you to grow. You know what I mean? I guarantee you, if you were to take a different road, like let's say you drove back and forth and you took the same road to work. If you took a different route every day, you would learn, you know, a whole lot more about, you know, your surroundings and different, you know, learn all these different ways to get to work, and you would know a whole lot more different roads. You know what I mean? Because you decided to take an unknown road every day. You know what I mean? Like, that's how you learn. You only can learn when you learn some things that you don't know, that you're not familiar with. That's how you learn new information. You got to learn some new stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't understand how people expect to expect to achieve, you know, new results, or results that they're not used to, by being the same person. You will never ever be able to be the same person and achieve some different results. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just equates. It makes sense to me. If, let's say, you're used to making $100,000 a year, but your dream is to make $1 million a year, well, you're gonna have to do some new things. You're gonna have to learn some new things and be a different person to be able to earn that amount of money, because that's new to you. So you're gonna have to learn some new things. You're gonna have to change. You see what I'm saying? So fear, you gotta attack fear, man. Something I learned is that, you know, fear will never go away. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you think, fear won't. It just won't go away. You know what I mean? The only thing you can do is change the way that you react to fear. What I've realized is that the bravest people on the face of the earth, literally the bravest people on the face of the earth, are people that were scared to death to do something, but decided to do it anyway, you know, and just faced their fear and did it anyway. That to me is one of the most bravest people that you can ever be. If you're afraid to hop out of a plane, or to jump off a building, or to hop on stage in front of a whole bunch of people, and you're afraid to death to do it, and you do it anyway, you are a brave person. Very courageous person, because it takes a lot for you to be able to do something. Even though you're afraid, it takes a lot for you to do it anyway. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for you to face your fears. And when you notice that when you do something that you're afraid of, that, you know, over time, if you continue to do it, it's not as bad as it was the first time. You know, you grow. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I want people to attack this whole comfort zone thing, man. You know, I want people to be able to grow and to change and to be the person, to be the best version of themselves. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is if you push yourself beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like, get out of that comfort zone. Do something different. You know? Do something different. I once heard somebody say that if you don't use it, you lose it. If you're not moving, you're dying. If you're not growing, you're dying. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not expanding your comfort zone, then you're ultimately you're decreasing your comfort zone. And if you're not expanding your comfort zone, you're not growing, then you're dying. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta continue to grow, man. You gotta continue to learn. You gotta continue to change and evolve. That's what you were created to do. You weren't created to stay the same, to continue just to live off the same information. First of all, you got to realize you don't know everything. Nobody, not one person knows everything. There's always something new that you can learn every day. And, I feel like a lot of people, they got to be humble enough to be able to realize that and to continue to learn, to be humble enough to know, like, look, I don't know everything. And I can learn from this person. I can learn from you. I'm open to learn from anybody. I'm open to learn from kids, from teenagers, from older people, you know what I mean? From adults, like whoever, because I realize that I don't know everything. You know what I mean? I'm an avid learner. I love to learn. I love to read. I love to, expand my, my perception of reality, my consciousness, all of that. Like I love to learn because I know that if I learn more, I will earn more. I will be more. I will be able to produce more. I will be able to help more, and just be a better person and be the best version of myself. So I want to invite you guys to kill your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Kill your comfort zone. There's nothing greater than being able to hop out of your comfort zone and to be able to do some different things and to realize, like, look, man, it really wasn't even that bad. You know what I mean? It really wasn't even that bad. So, I've committed myself to be able to always try to do something that scares the shit out of me. You know what I mean? And I'm being straight raw with it. Like, you got to do some stuff that's just going to scare the shit out of you. You know what I mean? Because that's the only way you're going to be able to get over it. It doesn't matter if you're afraid. It doesn't matter if you're scared, petrified, whatever. Just do it anyway. Do it anyway. You can't allow your fear of something to control you. Fear is the number one thing that will control people because no one wants to. They're not willing to, feel pain and to feel hurt. You know what I mean? They'll rather just be afraid and just stay away from it. Well, when you can just, face your fear, deal with the pain, deal with the hurt, and get over it, and move past it and grow. You see what I'm saying? So I really want you guys to just be brave enough to face your fears, man. Face your fears. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. You're going to live. You're going to move past it. You're going to grow. If you grow, you change and you evolve and you become a better person. I invite you guys to look at it, at a different angle and to see that, comfort zones, if you don't expand your comfort zone, you don't expand your money, you don't expand your mind, you don't change. And like I said before, change is the number one thing that we were put here to do. It was one of the number one things we were put here to do, besides reproduce. You know what I mean? You were created to change. That's why, you don't stay as a kid. You don't stay 3 feet. You grow and you get taller. You get bigger. You grow. So you got to be open to grow. Now, there's one thing about comfort zones that I would say that a lot of people, they are afraid to, or I won't say they're afraid, but they're not able to push themselves. You know what I mean? Like, some people need a push. You know what I mean? And hopefully, if you look at like your family members and look at certain things and experiences you won't be able to experience if you don't get outside of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? You would never know the other side if you don't travel outside of your little box. You would never know what's out there for you. You would never know what else God has for you if you don't go outside. You know what I mean? You can't stay in the house. You got to go outside and see what's out there. See what's out there in the world. See what God has for you. So that's you got to just jump, man. You got to jump off that cliff. You got to jump off that building, jump out that plane, or whatever you want to call it, whatever metaphor you want to use. You got to do it because you got to be able to face your fear and see what's out there for you. You know what I mean? So I invite you guys, man, to be brave, man. Just be brave. Don't stay stuck in the house. You know what I mean? Travel outside the house. See what's outside of your comfort zone. Get outside your box. Do something different. Try to do something different every day. Try to do something that scares you every day. It could be the smallest thing. Like some people may be afraid to tell other people no. Make it a point to say no to, a person, one time a day. You know what I mean? And I guarantee you over time it'll get easier and easier and easier because you're going to get familiar with it. It's going to become the normal. You know what I mean? Something that's unknown can always become the norm. You know what I mean? It can always become known because you just got to do it and get used to it. So I want you guys to be brave, man. Just be brave. It's live in a brave world. You know what I mean? It's one thing that I use a lot, that I talk about a lot, because I talk about this so much, man, but it's cold showers. Cold showers, even though, cold showers, they help with blood flow and recovery and stuff like that. I realized that, cold showers or cold water therapy, water therapy, I can't even talk. Cold water therapy, it actually, it's kind of like training yourself to be outside of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Because being in the cold is not, is not comfortable. You know what I mean? Like, what's comfortable is for you to hop in the shower and turn it to a temperature that, is comfortable to you, which is like warm or borderline hot. People love the hot feeling, because it's relaxing and it's warm and it's not a shock to your system. But when you turn it to the cold, you notice that, it's uncomfortable because, it's cold. You know what I mean? It's cold. And to me at this point, I've been taking cold showers for so long that for me to take a hot shower is uncomfortable. Like, that's the funny part. For me to take a hot shower right now is something that is totally, totally uncomfortable to me because I can't do the hot no more. And that's weird because I used to love hot showers. I used to stay in hot showers for minutes at a time. And now I have to take a cold shower because heat, it bothers me. It's uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? So I've traveled into a zone to where as though I've gotten comfortable with being uncomfortable. And when you get to that point, it's like nothing can really phase you. You see what I'm saying? Because I've been taking cold showers for the last 2 years, I want to say. And I've gotten to a point to where as though I'm always outside of my comfort zone. It's like a practice discipline for me to continuously take cold showers every single day. Hopping outside of my comfort zone every day. Nothing is the norm. And you get used to being outside of your comfort zone, and I continue to grow. You know what I mean? I continue to. Now, here's the thing. Here's the kicker. I still kind of sometimes it like I'll say it doesn't get easier for me to take cold showers. You know what I mean? It doesn't like the cold like I won't say it doesn't get easier because it does get it is a bit easier for me, but I'll say that my tolerance for the cold is always a shock to my system. You know, for the first couple of seconds, it's never a time where get into a cold shower and I don't feel like it's cold. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but the time for my body to get used to the cold, that has dramatically decreased because I do it every day. You know what I mean? You realize that it's all mental, man. This is really all mental. Comfort zones is a mental zone. It's a mental, like baby zone. You know what I mean? That's like your little baby zone. You know what I mean? Your mental zone. It's all mental. And when you think outside of the box, instead of you thinking inside the box, when you think outside the box, that's when you have the potential to grow and to be a better version and to be a better person. So, man, I'm a major advocate for people to hop outside them comfort zones, to be a better person, be a better you. I'm a big advocate of that because I understand that that's the only way that you're going to be able to achieve the dreams that you have for your life, to achieve the experiences that you want to experience. You got to hop outside your comfort zone. You're going to have to do some new stuff. You're going to have to learn some new things. Like it just doesn't change. It doesn't change. Anybody who has achieved great things in their lives, the highest heights, any person that you can think of, I can guarantee you 100% that they had to hop outside their comfort zone at some point. They had to do something new. They had to do something new because they had to get to a point. They had to achieve something new, so they had to learn something new to get there. You see what I'm saying? They had to be on a different level. You can't stay on level 1 and want to get to level 10. You're gonna have to travel through all of those 9 other different levels just to get to level 10. Like it's common sense. So I don't see how people expect to, to be this successful person, but they don't want to sacrifice. They expect to, to keep chasing instant gratification. They expect to they quit at the first sign of opposition. Like it's not gonna happen, man. Like you're gonna have to go through some things. You're gonna have to go through some obstacles and like it doesn't make sense to me, man. But I want to encourage you guys. I don't want to make this episode too long, but I want to encourage you guys to hop outside your comfort zone, to be the best version of yourself, reach your fullest potential, and to to do something that scares you every day or as much as you can. You know what I mean? And I invite you guys to start with cold showers, man. Like I said, I didn't realize how that was changing me, but because like I said, I used to lift a lot of weights, and I researched that cold showers and cold water therapy and cold baths, they help you recover. But little did I know that I was actually practicing a discipline of putting myself outside of my comfort zone, which was a win-win. You know what I mean? I recover and then I can I get used to being uncomfortable. So I actually plan on doing some things this year that's gonna dramatically put me outside of my comfort zone because I want to grow. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be like some people may think like, man, you got to be crazy. But I know that on the other side, here's a quote from Will Smith. He said, what did he say? He said something along the lines of life's most precious gifts are on the other side of fear, or something along those lines. Yeah, life's most greatest gifts are on the other side of fear. Or God placed the best things in life. Yeah, God placed the best things in life on the other side of fear. Isn't that amazing? That's crazy, man. That's deep and that's crazy right there. God placed the best things in life on the other side of fear. So your dream life, the things that you want to achieve and experience are on the other side of fear. So I want to ask you, do you want to, be, be a chump? You know what I mean? I hate to put it that way, but I got to push you guys because some people need this push. Are you going to forfeit the life that's waiting for you because you're afraid to face something when it's not even going to last that long? You know what I mean? Like, here's one thing that I have learned. One thing that taught me about, or the cold showers has taught me about life is, when you hop into a cold shower or you hop into a cold bath, right? It's really uncomfortable, but it's not uncomfortable forever. You know what I mean? Like like when you hop into the cold shower or the cold water, after a while your body adapts. You see what I'm saying? Like it's not you don't go through pain forever. Like there's a quote from who was it? E.T. Eric Thomas. He said pain is temporary. It may last for a minute or an hour, but eventually it will subside. But if you quit, however, that will last forever. Pain is temporary. Like the coldness and the shock to your body is temporary. If you just keep in your mind that, this fearful thing that I'm going through is not going to last forever. Eventually you're going to adapt and it's going to be over. I mean, that just makes it a bit easier for me to comprehend and know, like, okay, I'm going to have to deal with this for a little bit, but it's at the end of the day, I'm going to reach my goal. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, I'll reach my goal. I just got to deal with this now. You see what I'm saying? So are you going to let a little bit of pain, a little bit of fear, a little bit of comfortableness, being uncomfortable for a little while, I would say, let that stop you from reaching the life that God has for you. Like you got to think about your kids. You got to think about your family. Think about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to let yourself down because you're afraid to do something? Like, come on, man. Like, it's not going to last forever. Like, you got to grow up, be a grown-up, and be a big person, and be courageous, and do what you got to do to sacrifice for your kids, for your wife, for your husband, for your mom, for your dad. You're going to have to put some stuff on the back burner and just do what you got to do, man. Like Nike, just do it. You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta push through, man. You gotta push through. But I don't want to ramble too long in this episode, y'all. I just wanted to motivate you guys a little bit and to, I'm not gonna say preach on, because I do feel like I be getting a little preaching. I don't want to get preachy. I like to motivate and inspire you guys, but I just wanted to touch on this whole comfort zone thing because it's a major thing for me. I noticed and I realize that it's a major thing for others too. People don't like to be outside their comfort zone. You know what I mean? People are afraid to do the unknown. Like my dad said, people are afraid of the unknown. And I like to embrace the unknown because I know that I'm going to grow from it. So like something good is going to come out of this. Only something good can come out of you facing your fears. That's the only part. Like you got to think about it. Like, doing something that you're afraid of is the worst, right? So if life has to keep balance, there's always ups and downs. So you doing something scary is the down part. But on the other side of that is the up part because there has to be balance in life. There always has to be ups and downs. Positive, negative. You facing your fear, it may feel like a negative, but on the other side of that, is something tremendously positive. Like, I mean, it's just common sense, man. And I hope this touched somebody. I hope that it's getting through. I hope that, you're inspired and motivated to, to face your fears, to hop outside your comfort zone, to do some scary shit, do something scary, as much as you can to continue to grow as a person and to be the best version and to reach your fullest potential in life. And yeah, man, I'm gonna end it with that. It's your boy Ant from Rebel to Succeed. I want to invite you guys to subscribe to the podcast, to leave comments, just to give me some feedback. Let me know that you guys are liking this content or disliking it or whatever. Just give me some type of feedback. And I want to invite you guys to reach everybody by exercising love, man. Show somebody some love today, and make somebody smile, man. Do something positive, and I guarantee you that some positive stuff will come back to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's your boy Ant from Rebel to Succeed, and I'll see you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. I want to thank you for joining me today and listening to this podcast. If you found this episode helpful or valuable in any way, then I encourage you to leave an honest review and subscribe to the Rebel to Succeed podcast for future episodes. To receive more content and value, make sure to visit the Rebel to Succeed website at www.rebeltosucceed.com. And finally, always remember that to succeed in life, you have to reach everyone by exercising love. So make sure to show somebody some love today. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you next time.